Zorba Paster is with us today in the studio. Zorba, welcome.
Hi,
It's a
Zorba.
pleasure to be here.
We're taking your calls at 270-9933. And while we wait for your calls to clear, today is World Stroke Awareness Day.
Exactly. Now, from the time I started medical school until now, there has been a 75% drop in stroke. That is dramatic. A lot of that is due to hypertension, taking blood pressure pills, no smoking, not drinking excess alcohol, better fruits and vegetables, and exercise. But the number one is high blood pressure, and many people still do not have their high blood pressure under control. And the reason is they don't take their meds, or they don't want to be on 2 pills or 3 pills. And
Can you do it without medication?
Well, you can for some people. For mild high blood pressure, yes. Reduction in sodium, exercise, diet, losing weight, all those things can really make a difference. And for others, really pills, and pills really do make a difference.
And they changed the numbers a little bit on what the dangers of high blood pressure are.
Yeah, we change the numbers every year to fool you. That's what it seems like. But we change it on the best information that there is. And basically, the whole goal is to get you around 130, we'll say over 85, 80 or 85. The whole goal also is to make sure your blood pressure is not too low when you're older so you don't fall. And that was part of the issue. So it changes about every 3 to 5 years. We just fine-tune it.
What about those home monitors? Are you a fan of those?
I think home monitors are great as long as you pay $50. In other words, you've got to pay about $50 to get a good one. Omron, O-M-R-O-N, I think it's a really good company that makes them, and you've got to put them on right, read the instructions, and when in doubt, take it into your doctor's office, take your home monitor in, and see whether or not it reads about the same.
Good
That's
idea.
a good way to do it.
All right, let's go to the calls. We'll start with Barb in Toinette. Hi, Barb.
Yes, hello. I just have a quick question about having a cold. How long are you contagious before symptoms and after?
Well, first of all, you are contagious before you have your cold. And that's
contagious before you know it.
You're contagious before you know it. That's exactly it. You're contagious, kind of depends on the virus itself, but I would say if you've got a fever, 2 or 3 days after your fever is gone is really when the contagion goes away. And then what you really want to do is make sure you use hand, Purell or something else on your hands, and of course cover your mouth when you're sneezing with your arm like this, not like my mother used to say, with your hands. And that's the best way to do it. So
Can you have a fever with a cold, or
you can? There's no absolute there. A cold and a fever, it all depends. If you're a child with a cold, you're going to get a high fever. If you're an adult with a cold, you may not get as high a fever.
But if you have a fever, in other words, it's not like, okay, now I have the flu.
No.
Okay.
flu's a respiratory?
Not at all.
All right, let's go to Timmy in Baraboo. Hi, Timmy. What's your question?
My partner has been feeling dizzy the last couple days. But physically, she's good and everything, but she just gets dizzy and has to, catch herself on a counter.
Okay, sure. Well, dizziness can be due to lots of different things. First of all, if you're dizzy like his partner, so you have to catch yourself on the counter, that is serious, and that means you ought to go definitely get it checked out because we want to prevent falls. I want to tell you something interesting about Dane County. Last year, Dane County, more people died of falls than died of murders and suicide combined. Wow. And so we don't think about falls as a major cause of death. And so if you're really dizzy and you're falling, you've got to be checked out because it can be any one of a number of things, from an inner ear infection to too much medication, low blood pressure to heart disease, something you really need to see a doctor for.
Okay. All right, nothing to fool around with. All right, let's see. Sandy in Reedsburg. Hi, Sandy.
Hi.
Hi, what's your question?
The question is, what is the difference between the regular flu vaccine and the senior flu vaccine?
Good question.
Good question. The senior flu vaccine has more, it's stronger than the regular flu vaccine because seniors are weaker than regular people. In other words, you need to have a stronger vaccine in order to be able to get a response to actually make sure you're going to fight influenza. But that's all. It's a more concentrated vaccine.
At what age do they
At the age of 65. Now, there are other caveats to that. Some people have to get it before that based on their disease, but generally at the age of 65, you get the super duper flu vaccine. And everyone should get a flu shot. 20 to 30,000 people last year died of influenza. We don't think about that, but that's equivalent to 26 World Trade Centers who died of influenza last year, and we just don't think about how important it is. It is the main killer in this country.
And excuses for not getting the shot, just are stupid.
Yes, dumb and stupid. That's exactly it.
I'm going
Dumb and
to get
stupid.
sick from it.
That's right.
Or it's the wrong
healthy.
strain.
Or I'm healthy, and I never get influenza, and this and that, and this and that. They're all excuses. And then the idea that the flu shot causes autism turns out not to be true. There's been lots of research on that. It is a safe thing to get, and like I said, 20 to 30,000 people will die or died last year from influenza. You don't want to be one of those people that may die or need to be hospitalized for it.
Yeah, it was a thrill when I got my shot this year. Said, no, you don't need the senior one yet.
Let's try to get one more call in quickly regarding the flu vaccine. Hi, Debbie. What's your question?
Hello.
Go ahead. What's your question?
Hi. My question is about the flu vaccine. Is it unusual to get severe chills with that?
It happens. Doesn't happen all the time. But some people, because you've got an immune response, will actually develop some fever and some chills. So not totally unusual, and that's the price you pay to stay immunized.
It's better than getting the flu.
You bet.
Zorba, thank you. You're gone for a couple
Stay
weeks?
well, down for a couple weeks. I'll see you before Thanksgiving.
Wonderful. Good timing.
Thank you all for calling in. We'll get to your questions next time, and we'll be right back with a final check of your forecast.